All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans, and then the buzzer got Kenny to jump as we're live here from LaVille High School Bi-County Tournament as Triton gets the JV boys get ready to take on the JV boys of LaVille. I'm Andy here alongside Kenny Barnhart. Gavin is back with us, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Gavin, you work with these guys. You see them. To me, I think the boys can for me, the Triton boys or the JV boys are a favorite, I think, to win the JV side.
Too.
I mean, as tough as this team is, how well they gelled together, to me, I think this is a group that can go a very long way.
I think we have probably the most mature team in all Bi-County for JV.
And, you know, I think we got a pretty deep roster here to go with tonight. I mean, the varsity boys only got 8 guys.
Yeah.
But it's a good 8. I think that's a pretty good 8 set of guys, and that's pretty much a pretty big statement being said by the coaching staff and their faith in those 8 guys.
Mm-hmm. Which people didn't hear the girls' stream. For this tournament, they lock the roster. So anybody that's locked onto this JV roster plays JV throughout this tournament. Same thing the varsity. You can't have anybody move up or down.
And like Gavin, I was just saying, I got a feeling the JV boys can go a long ways.
Yeah.
Before we get too far, Kenneth Harrington says, go Triton JV. And goes Chandler says, love Grandpa. So Grandpa's watching from home. Appreciate him viewing. Appreciate everybody else that has viewed in the comments we had. Got Gavin and his knowledge up here for the boys game. So, Gavin, you watched those girls play there for a little bit. I was very impressed with the mentality and the fact they kept fighting. I mean, for me, watching them, I thought the girls did a pretty good job continuing to fight.
Yeah, small team. One of their players went down, and LaVille was pretty good opponents for them. They kept trying to go at it, kept forcing turnovers, kept trying to get up shots even though they weren't getting them to fall.
And the girls never shied away. They were not afraid. They never let the moment get too big, and they kept attacking.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't. Usually when some teams get down in moments like that, it kind of makes things difficult. So, Gavin, who we got starting here for our boys tonight?
Tonight we have Lucas Cabrera, Bruce Johnson, Cam Shively, Connor Large, and Cole McKinney. For LaVille, we have – I didn't mark it. I'm
Alex,
on the girls.
I got it here. Alex Minting's going to be out there with number 12, Dawson Beam. Number 23, Evan Wilfing. And number 30, Austin Belknap. And number 41, Owen Wilfing. So there's the starting 5 for LaVille, but Triton hasn't got to face these guys yet this season, so it'll be a good preview. But
yeah,
like I said, this Triton JV group of the boys, they are a deep group, and I think they're going to make some noise.
I agree with that.
What would you, if you're coming out now with these guys in the style of offense, would you go and hit the gas right away? Or would you kind of sit back and see what LaVille's going to do before you really kind of counter it?
I'd hit the gas. That's how we play the best. We have Lucas going down to the paint hard and fast all the time. Cam down there playing strong, kicking it out to either Cole or Bruce shooting. The whole team can just go fast and get points up on the board early. And then our defense can keep them from scoring as well.
Exactly. We got guys like Nate Amsden coming in and Chandler Westafer, 2 other guys that we got some good guys on the bench. We got some talented freshmen that we can put in there as well that can come in and do some things and do things really well. So I like what I see from these guys, especially like I call Lucas the jumping junior, because the kid can just elevate all over the place. But Connor Large is another one who can play really well on the defensive side, do a good job kind of opening up things for others. I mean, these guys play hard-nosed, and they're not afraid to go to the basket and draw some contact.
Yeah.
So I think LaVille and head coach Cody Kimball is going to have their handful as Taylor Long's group. I think they are seasoned, and I think they're out, and I think this team's going to – I think we're going to see a good ball game.
I agree with that.
Now, if you get tired just because you're younger, you can take the chair from me, pal.
I'm good standing.
I get that, but still.
We kind of commandeered the crow's nest tonight, so a little tight up here, but at least we're up here elevated above everybody.
Yeah.
Remember a couple years ago we were filming on the other side for managing. It was, I think it was the championship, and they're banging their feet, and the whole thing was shaking over there.
So Triton wins the tip. Cole McKinney's got it, and Lucas Cabrera's got it here. He'll work left to McKinney. Back to Cabrera, alley-oop and in. There you go, Gavin. You called it.
Yeah, good job to get Lucas wide open there. Tossed up, let him get the points in the air. Real good way to start off fast.
Pull-up jumper's going to go up there and going to go in there for Dawson Beam. And he's going to jump in and intercept that pass from Cole McKinney. LaVille, but Bruce Johnson comes in quickly.
Good job by him to get out there and put his hands right up. Kind of suffocate him a little bit, make him have to get the ball off quick.
LaVille working around. Minting goes. Finds Wilfing. Goes in the corner there. Evan Wolfing now with the layup and gets the friendly roll. LaVille's now out to a 4-2 lead.
I didn't catch last week, Culver. I kind of tech support, but I didn't watch. Does Johnson have his cast off last week?
Yes.
That should help him out.
He had a big game. You talk about stealing the basketball and layups. Bruce was doing it all.
He had like 19 points, didn't he?
Yep. Hot pass to Connor Large, back on top. McKinney dials long range, puts it in. And with just like that, a stroke of the three, like Gavin said, Triton's now back up by 1.
Really good job for finding him open out there. Cut down low, kind of draw defenders off of him, just kick it straight out.
And Belknap with a pretty drive to the basket draws a foul from the jumping junior, Lucas Cabrera.
Foul number 20, Lucas Cabrera.
I was able to find out today I'm usually not in the locker room before the games for JV games, usually setting up. I guess they listen to Screamo in the music, not music, in the locker room.
Now, say what?
Screamo, like heavy metal.
Okay.
So,
and nice move down low and a good pass there to Cameron Shively as he's on the board and Triton takes a 1-point lead. Screamo, okay.
Do we still listen to Tiny Dancer before varsity?
I don't know about that. We did last year.
Do what?
That's a tradition,
That's
I guess.
a tradition, okay.
I think it's more for like sectionals. I think that's when he plays it.
Nice job there by Connor Large to force the jump ball. You know, I did find Gavin, you could be my in to get into the locker room for one of these pregame things here.
I could do that.
Since Mr. Farrell got me in for football, you know, you can get me in for basketball.
I'll talk to Jason sometime.
Okay.
Well, we have to calm you down for the
I don't know. Coach Eunice got me all fired up. It took me about a couple quarters to get calmed down.
You go in there, he might have you give the.
Oh no! We don't. We don't need that. We don't need that. Innocent bystander. Let's just go innocent bystander. So Wolfing to inbound up top, goes on over to Beam, and Beam now with Cole McKinney on him. Works it back on over. Belknap working it around. Here goes the drive. Kicks it back. Wolfing in the corner for 3. Side iron too strong. Rebound Lucas Cabrera.
Bruce did a really good job closing out there, getting his hand in, Wolfing's face?
Yep, Wolfing's face. Yep, good job there. Lucas Cabrera kicks it back to McKinney, down into Cabrera. Tipped away for the moment, but nice job by Cameron Shively to get in there in the bread basket and rip it back. Bruce Johnson puts it in.
Good job by Cam to keep it alive, and great job to find Bruce open on the corner.
Drive now is going to be by, had to look away for a moment. Tipped away by Lucas Cabrera. Belknap goes in the corner, shot by Beams, no good. Rebound's going to go up top there. That's going to be Menting with the rebound, kicks it back out to Wolfing, back. We're going to work it around here. Belknap with it on the left wing. Bruce Johnson intercepts. Johnson now on the fast break. Here comes the attack. Step back, goes up to Cabrera. Cabrera gets it high, back to Large. Connor Large for 3. And off the mark, rebound's going to go to Belknap, and Bruce Johnson comes in. They're going to say a reach.
Yeah, he had a lot of ball there.
I say that looked like I would have called that a jump ball for me.
I would have too.
Questionable call there.
So that's his first. That gets Triton up to 3 fouls here early in this first quarter.
As Minty inbounds to Beam, here come the Lancers here on the attack. Trailing by 4, Triton out in front.
Good steal.
McKinney with the steal and the basket. Triton defense turning into offense.
Great job by Cole not to worry about the defender behind him, just go straight to the hole.
Wolfing shot up and in, trying a little slow to get back on defense there. The offense is fast and furious, and the defense is really producing on the offensive side.
Was that Owen?
Yes. No. Yes, Owen Wolfing, yes. Yep. Lucas Cabrera now goes to Large in the corner. Wanted to go cross court. Belknap shut that one off in a hurry. Connor Large, he's got space. Banks open for Connor Large.
Great job for him to get the first defender, go over and go up on his second look up.
And Triton forces an early timeout as they go out to greet one another. This team is fired up now. Thunder strikes. He's happy Gavin's back. You're going to find out who that is.
Yeah.
You got fans. I'm telling you what, Gavin, you're going to start answering some fan mail, man. Gavin's popular. Hey, why not? Young man knows quite a bit. Wish I knew as much as you did as a senior.
They were from Florida.
Oh.
They're watching from Florida again.
Watching from Florida.
I don't think they got the big party tonight, but that might be later in the week. But
However, I bet it's a lot better than it is outside.
Yeah.
There than it is here.
Actually, not too much different, really.
Too much different. Seriously?
Down there, I seen Orlando was supposed to be like in the 30s this week.
Does Carhartt even sell stuff down there? I'm sure Under Armour does.
Today it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. So Ryan James checking in for LaVille. Number 4 there. Wolfing loses from home now to Beam. He'll go baseline jumper up for him. It's in. Beam gets that one to drop.
That was a good shot.
McKinney up to Bruce Johnson for 3. Puts it in. Bruce Johnson with ice water in his veins drops that triple as they take a 7-point lead.
They're getting it up really fast after made shots or turnovers, just getting really good opportunities when the defense is set up to shoot.
And Connor Large with the block. Lucas Cabrera on the fast break. The young man's going to accelerate. He goes up strong, and they're going to say a charge. Whoa! That was a horrible call. Defender was not set at all. He was moving just as fast as Lucas was. There was no chance for him to set up for a charge. My goodness.
Coaches and players weren't looking forward to having these refs after watching how they called the girls' game.
And they missed a lot on the girls' game with a lot of forearms and the offensive fouls. I'm sorry, but my goodness. Wolfing works it back on over. James gets a, hey, ball doesn't lie. There's a travel. Stole that from somebody else. And after that, subs after that foul, Chandler Westafer checked in for Lucas Cabrera. And watch, Chandler's a high-energy player. The young man can hit from the outside. He moves real well without the basketball. McKinney, Bruce Johnson puts it in. Bruce Johnson says, all right, if you're not going to call the game, all right, I can drop it in and put us up by 10.
Nope.
Bruce Johnson's got a piece of it, and it's going to go right back to Triton. If there was a momentum meter, all of it would be on the side of Triton after that one. Checking in now will be Owen Smith, number 33. Gavin, I'm liking what I'm seeing here early on.
I am too. High tempo. LaVille's not being able to catch up to us right now.
And their defense is slow to set up too. Westafer back to Bruce Johnson. They close on him in a hurry that time. McKinney with it now. Shively circles up the top of the key. He's going to roll right. Hands off to McKinney. Westafer circles down to the elbow. McKinney goes on the dribble drive. Goes up strong through the defenders. Can't draw the contact. And Large. Whoa. They didn't even touch him.
He hadn't even, he didn't even any.
Mercy sakes. Wow, I'm sorry, but that was swatting at air. Okay, that's a foul now. My goodness. Smith now kicks it back on over. Minting with it on over. Works it back. Wolfing with it, gives back to Minting. Shot now, James with it now. Goes back to Wolfing. Quickly on over to Beam. Beam's going to drive. Pull-up jumper for him. It's worked, and it does again. Thunder strikes, I agree. Horrific call. Maybe they don't know what a charge or maybe they need a book or something. I don't know. My goodness.
Nice look.
Chandler Westafer with a nice look. Can't quite get the roll. Bruce Johnson comes out and closes in a hurry. Trying to force another one is Beam now. They trail by 8 in this first quarter. Triton 20 points in this quarter. They're commanding, and all the momentum is on their side, and they're playing well despite the calls not going their way.
When you look at it, Triton's has 5 fouls compared to none for LaVille for this first quarter.
Wolfing shoots at the buzzer, no good, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter, 20-12. Triton's out in front. Gavin, I liked what I saw. I mean, despite the official calls not quite agreeing, granted I'm not an official, but still, I didn't like what I saw.
We're doing a good job with everything that are in our hands, though.
So with Bruce with those 3 threes, he's leading the Trojans with 9 points here in this first quarter. McKinney with 5, Large and Cabrera and Shively each with 2. Biggest thing there is Cabrera picking up that second foul. For LaVille, Bean 6 points, and then Wilfing, Belkamp, and the other Wilfing each all have 2 points. Of course, like I said just a little bit ago, no fouls for the LaVille Lancers. And as far as team stats there, just that single missed free throw for LaVille. And then LaVille has turned a ball over 4 times, this to the 1 time for the Trojans.
I don't know what you're trying to lift at me. Yeah. Looked like he liked the guy's Danny Duncan shirt.
Must have. Having a long conversation in the student section down there.
Yeah.
So here we go, second quarter getting ready to underway. Gavin, what would you change anything?
I wouldn't change anything right now. It's working so far. Just have to be a little bit more careful on fouls, I guess, but we can't really control it for not touching them. Passes need a little bit worked on. First quarter had some bad passes that got picked off, but other than that, really good offense, really good movement. A great job closing out, putting hands in players' faces on defense.
So expect to see more of the same here in the second quarter as Bruce Johnson, Cole McKinney, Connor Large, Cameron Shively, and Chandler Westafer out there as Bruce Johnson with the lay-in. Triton continues that fast and furious offense, and it's working to their ability. Beams out there with Menting, Smith, Wilfing, and James out there for the Lancers. James, he's on the left wing, retreats back, tries to go to Wilfing. He'll lose it, but then Beam recovers. Finds Smith. Now Bruce Johnson closes in a hurry. Beam down the baseline, goes back to Wilfing. Wilfing quickly on over to James. He'll dribble drive. He goes up strong with a nice move. No good. Rebound, Connor Large.
It was a really good job by Triton, all 3 people to get in there, make him have to toss it out real quick. It wasn't really a good pass.
Bruce Johnson missing his first 3-pointer of the night. And LaVille gets the ball back, trailing by 10. Wilfing works it back to Beam on the near side. He'll go up top to Menting. Finds James at the elbow. He pulls back, goes back to Wilfing. Back on top to Menting. Menting drives, goes up with the basketball off the side iron. Rebound, Westafer can't corral it. He'll go back up, but Cam Shively, the talented freshman, brings that one down. McKinney now hands off to Westafer. He'll go to Johnson. On over to Large on the left wing. Back on top to Johnson. He's going to go with some action here. Kicks it back to Cole McKinney. McKinney cross court. Large to Westafer. The young man will try a 3. Can't get that one to roll. Rebound's going to go to Smith. Smith now on the attack. Doesn't quite have the numbers. Quickly on up to Menting. Menting now at the basketball. And then, hey, they know how to call an offensive foul over here apparently.
Seems like it's more the other ref than one that just called the charge.
Now, Selena, a good number of them did play football together, but a lot of them didn't. I mean, as far as the players on the JV team play football together, this group, I'm telling you right now, with that being said, this is a close-knit group. I'm telling you what, these boys are going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Nate Amsden, the young man, the junior, checks in now. As Cole McKinney now goes to work. He'll drive. McKinney goes up with some contact, and he gets a chance for the N1 opportunity.
Good job for him not to be afraid of contact and force that one in there for another opportunity on the line.
Couple Lancers checked in on that one. Houston Williams, number 3, and number 24, Joe Cruz. As Williams just got called for that foul, as Cole McKinney gets a chance for the N1 opportunity and can't get that one to drop. Rebound's going to go to Cruz, and now they're going to go to work now. Past the half-court line, he's going to stop. Continues to dribble, but Connor Large got a piece of it. Goes to Smith. Smith will drive on the attack. Throws up a prayer there. No good there. Rebound's going to go to Chandler Westafer. And Williams with the aggressive trying to knock it away. That's quickly up to Johnson. Now to Nate Amsden. Quick pass to McKinney. Up and puts it in. Cole McKinney making his presence known here at Dale Cox Gymnasium. As that's another foul on LaVille, and he gets another chance for an N1 opportunity.
About the same play with the same exact players. Same foul, another foul on Williams.
Triton's doing a really good job at drawing all the defense onto the outside wing, allowing us to drive down to the lane, get a chance for the layup.
So McKinney, he gets that free throw to connect, and Triton's going to take a commanding 15-point lead. Cruz now with the basketball. He's going to stop the top of the key, goes to Menting. Minting with the basketball, goes to Wilfing. Wilfing quickly on to Smith in the corner. He's going to drive, pulls it back, goes to Cruz. He got the head fake. He's going to try to go up strong with the right arm and gets that one to drop. Elevates and finds some space in the lane, and he gets that one to go in. McKinney now at the basketball past the half-court line with a 13-point lead. Westafer now on over to Johnson. Quickly on to Connor Large. He's going to try the dribble drive and go strong. Yeah.
They're going to call, yeah, one. They're going
to call one there now. He's called the other. Now, one thing down there I was watching was Cameron Shively talking to Coach Groves. Cameron being a freshman, the young man has such a great knowledge and IQ of where he needs to be and what he needs to do out there on the basketball floor.
Yeah, he does.
Cam's going to be a lot of fun to watch the next few years. Cruz now goes in the corner into Wilfing. Wilfing now circling back up top, goes to Minting. Minting to Wilfing in the corner. He'll go baseline, tries to lose Westafer as Minting goes up top, and that's going to be Owen Wilfing. Throws it back to Evan. Drive now by Beam. Nate Amsden with a nice job on defense to go straight up. And they'll work it back. Beam will try a straightaway three. Can't get the roll, and Nate Amsden comes in and can't get the rebound. They're going to say he touched it last. Had to fight through a lot of contact there.
Yeah.
Nate Amsden's a player that's really starting to grow on me. I love watching him play tight end. And, boy, he's really grown into a pretty good basketball player as well.
I'm really glad he's able to play this year.
I'll tell you what, I'm really having fun watching him play. High pass goes out of bounds, and Triton forces another turnover. Kenny, how many turnovers is that for LaVille now?
That's their 5th turnover. But Triton just had that single.
And Triton doing a good job turning that defense into offense.
Doing a really good job at making LaVille make bad decisions with their passes and their dribbling.
McKinney to Johnson. Finds Amsden down there. He's got to fight through some pressure. Nate now, here comes the Wilfing. Both the Wilfings got away with some contact there. Johnson now back to Westafer. Goes down to McKinney. McKinney now tries to use the fake there. Goes to Amsden. He'll try the lefty jumper. Puts it in, Nate Amsden.
Really good shot by him.
And there's 5 guys on the floor that can hit jumpers that can make you hurt. Cruz goes up. No good. Rebound, Nate Amsden. And he's not going to let anybody get a hold of that one.
Nate kind of reminds me of Magic Johnson, how he plays with his size and how he shoots it too, one-handed.
And Bruce, I agree with you there. And Bruce Johnson showing off that sniper ability from the outside as Beam tries to go, and Nate Amsden's like, nope, you're not going to earn that one. Let him know who did the foul. I like that.
Foul number 40, Nate Amsden.
So that's going to be his first.
Yeah, I agree with the Magic. That is a good reference, Gavin. I like that reference because, yeah, he does play. He does play well with that. I like that. That's really good.
So now with that foul, that does put LaVille. No, yep, does put LaVille into the bonus.
I'll tell you what, Gavin. That's another thing I appreciate. You keep pulling out these players that I grew up with, man. I'm real impressed by that. I'm pretty impressed by that.
I like the old players.
Attaboy. Keep promoting that.
When I play 2K, I make a special little league and only put the old teams into it.
Hey, there you go. Cam Shively with a nice move to the basket, and the bank was open for him there as Triton takes a 20-point lead. Shot for the man who just checked in, Ross Wagner, and he misses that one. And there's going to be a foul on, I believe that's going to be on Beam with the push. And checking in now is going to be Kwiatkowski checks in. Now as Westafer's Beam's not going to give Cole McKinney a chance moving. Nate Amsden said, hey, not my point guard. McKinney gets it knocked away.
Good job by both them.
Oh, look at that.
Jump ball.
And it's going to go back to LaVille. But right there, that's the thing I appreciate about these guys is how hard they fight that basketball. They are aggressive, but yet they're not out of control.
Mm-hmm. Willingness to put their body on the line, diving on the floor, getting scraped up on there. Really good work to try to get the ball back for us. And good job by Nate to try to call a timeout so it would be our ball if we had the possession of it.
What?
Shively got him with the body.
Must have got him with enough body there to draw the Warren a call.
So that's going to be his second.
And that's going to send Wagner to the line. 6-foot freshman. Now Bruce Johnson might be pulling a little bit of a Kevin Garnett, inching his way down there to the conversation.
Did he?
He was down there.
I didn't notice that.
McKinney, no look pass to Chandler Westafer, who's all by himself. Can't get that one to drop. It's Kwiatkowski with the rebound. Gladieux will check in on the next dead ball. Wolfing with it now with 1:15. Triton's up by 20. They've only allowed 2 points in this quarter as Beam goes in and Bruce Johnson with the hard foul.
It's not really what we wanted to see.
As Beam will go to the line. Has he been there yet tonight? Only one player's been to the free throw. Oh, he has been there.
Oh, missed it.
Well, let's see if he can keep that goose egg up there for Triton. And he does.
Triton substitution number 10, Tyler Gladieux.
And Farrell, the big man, he's checking in.
Have you talked to him since we seen him Friday night on the way home?
No, I have not. I need to talk to him tonight. I need to have a little chat. It looked like he was in a little bit of car trouble there at the filling station. Cole McKinney with some pressure, but he handles it well and dribbles himself out of trouble. Down low to Westafer, too high of a pass. Westafer can't quite time the jump. And Triton gives it back.
I think the little bit of the problem was he had shorts on when he was pumping gas when it was snowing.
Well, that's... I told my kids, when a certain point in time of the year stops, there is no sandals, there will be socks on our feet, and we will wear pants until I say so. Beam with the floater, rebound Jeremiah Farrell. The big man comes down with that one. McKinney comes in with 40 seconds remaining. They're leading by 29. And Coach Taylor Long letting him bleed as much clock as possible.
Really proud the extra work Jeremiah's put in this year. Before games, I usually have some friends over, and he's usually one of them. But lately, he's been skipping out to go to the gym, shoot extra shots, or go to the weight room, get some work in there.
You know, he's a player. I'm telling you what, that's one that everybody needs to really model after him, especially football. It's really impressed me how hard Jeremiah works, and he doesn't shy away from anything. He knows to be the best, he's got to work hard, and that young man has this work ethic is outstanding.
It is. Watches a lot of film too. We had criminal justice class together, and Coach Whitaker was a teacher for that. He'd always not get mad, but tell him to get off it. He'd be watching football film. But Coach, I'm just getting prepared.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Farrell, you talk about a young man who can play off the line really well. My goodness. First thing I wrote down was I put 2 stars next to Farrell on how he came off the line, all that come out of his blocks.
Yeah.
Mercy sakes. So here we go. The starting five's back out there for Triton with 13 seconds now. Shively with the basketball. He'll go. Goes to Bruce Johnson on the right side. Johnson now circles in with 5 seconds now. Goes to Cabrera. Got to get working here. 2 seconds. Cabrera's going to force one up. Oh, can't get that one to drop. Oh, man, if that would have hit, those guys would be out of their mind. But they should be as they take a 29-point lead into the half. Gavin, that was a great half by these young men.
It was really strong play, both sides. Haven't let LaVille really do anything yet.
So there we go with the Trojans. Johnson leading away with 14 points, McKinney with 10. I think those two are going to try to get back and forth, see who can get the most points for this game here. Shively with 4, and then Large, Cabrera, and Amsden all have 2 points, fouls, and we do have several Trojans, 4 Trojans with 2 fouls, and there the Amsden just the single foul. For LaVille, Beam leaving their way with 7, and then their Wilfing, Cruz, Belkamp, and the other Wilfing each all have 2 points, and Williams there with 2 fouls, and then Menting and Beam each with a single foul. As far as team stats, free throws there, each team's only made 1 free throw. Trojans there 2 attempts, LaVille's 5. 2 points there, 8 to 10. Compared to 7 to 15. 3-pointers, 50% from line. Most of those been Bruce, 5 to 10. LaVille hasn't hit any of them back there. They're 5 attempts. Turnovers fairly even. They're 4 to 5.
And before we go into half, we're going to give Danny a shout out. She has an MRI tomorrow, headed down to Indianapolis. She's a little nervous, but she's a tough little young lady. So she can give her a shout out. I told her I would give her a shout out. So she's got Lammy, so she's all set and she's ready to go. And with that, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin, Greer, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Our Trojans leading by 29, 34-15 here as we get this third quarter underway. Gavin, what things are you seeing on the stat sheet that you like seeing from the guys?
Triton shooting really good, 66.7 from the field, 50% from three and 50% from the line. LaVille's only shooting 35 altogether in the game. They haven't hit a shot outside the arc yet, and they're shooting 20% from free throw line. Really good shooting for us so far, and really good defense as well.
Okay, Kenny. My math was off. I was a little excited. They're only up by 19. However, it could be they go on a 10-0 run to start things off here. So the starting five out there for Triton and Connor Large, Cole McKinney, Bruce Johnson, Cameron Shively, and the jumping junior Lucas Cabrera. Works over to Connor Large, back to Cole McKinney. McKinney down the dribble drive. He goes up strong, adjusts, and can't get that one to drop, but Lucas Cabrera can't quite fight. Ooh, that was almost an elbow to the face there from Colin Allen, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with LaVille. Good defense there by Triton. So also out there, both Evan and Owen Wolfing with Beam, who's going to get Dawson Beam out there alongside, I believe, Ross Wagner. So Beam now with the basketball. He'll off the back way. Nice defense. They made him pick his dribble up there. As Allen works it on over. Wagner to Wolfing, down to Beam now here on the near side corner. Beam now goes stops the elbow, kicks out to Wolfing, back to Wolfing on the Wolfing to Wolfing. Allen with it now, goes back on over. Wagner with the left side three, no good. Rebound's going to go to Allen, but Cole McKinney comes in, and Allen's going to come in and punch him in the face.
That was hard.
I don't know. That player kind of concerns me a little bit as he was reckless there with the elbows on the far side. He comes in there pops Cole McKinney and knocks some fillings loose. That was a little rough. So McKinney now works it up, and Bruce Johnson with the head fake. Couldn't get Wolfing to bite. Goes back to McKinney. Shively now. He's going to feed Bruce Johnson, and the bank's open for Bruce Johnson as he finds his way to 16 points on the night. Wagner up to Beam, and Beam's going to step out of bounds. Cole McKinney right there. That is textbook, using the sideline as that sixth defender and forced him out.
There's been a lot of points where it looked like they almost went out of bounds. Glad they finally did there.
He forced Dawson Beam, and he had to jump out. Shively now. Goes back to McKinney. McKinney now on the drive. Feeds Shively up and in.
Really good passing there to get Cam right open for that shot.
And Cam Shively playing that post really well. He has really developed, and now it's going to be a platoon swap for LaVille.
Whole team's been doing really good on off-ball movement, getting right to where they can work it down low or open for the three-point shot like Bruce and Cole were in the first quarter. First half, more likely.
Bruce, exactly right. Bruce Johnson with a nice one there. They're going to say it went off of Shively last. And like I said, a platoon swap for the Lancers as Cruz. Let's see who else came in. Smith is out there with Wagner, with Garrett Wagner. Good, 9-11. I had everybody's name down. Belknap, who's got the ball, is out there as well with Henry. Smith with the basketball, goes on over. Wagner kicks it to Cruz. Cruz now over to Belknap. He'll feed down. He'll feed Wagner down low. Back on top to Belknap. Belknap, he'll lose the basketball, and it'll be a turnover. Triton forcing another one.
Just lost his feet underneath him there.
Yeah. Shively coming in with a nice screen. McKinney drives, goes up, tries to use the contact, and gets the friendly roll.
Gave him wide open space, let him just run right down there.
And he'll make you pay if you give him any daylight. Cruz now with the up fake. He'll pull back, fires across to Belknap, gives it all, works it on over. As Henry now with it, kicks it back on over to Smith. Smith now on the dribble drive. He'll pull up jumper for him at the foul line, in and out. Over in the back is going to be on Cruz with the push be in the back. And it is. So that's 2 team fouls now on the Lancers here at inside just 3 minutes here in the third quarter as Triton now up 40-15. Shively now goes on the drive. He goes on the attack, and the big man rumbles in, and he goes up off the glass. Cameron Shively reopens the bank with that one. Belknap on to Cruz. Cruz is going to dial long range, in and out. Rebound's going to go to, and it's going to be Smith. Smith now to Henry. Henry up top to Belknap. Belknap now goes on the drive. He tries to use the fake, no good. Smith with the rebound. Goes across to Cruz. He's in the corner. Shively's out there on him.
Really good job jumping out, make them not have the opportunity to shoot it.
Triton's defenders doing really good here in this third quarter. Cruz now on the drive. He'll use the floater. Can't get the friendly roll, and the jumping junior Lucas Cabrera comes away with it. Large now at the basketball. Hands off to Bruce Johnson. They're not giving Bruce an inch. I think they're a little afraid of that sophomore sniper.
Yeah.
McKinney back to Shively. Shively with the head up fake. He's going to drive. Knocked away by Belknap, but Cam Shively's not giving up on that one. Lucas Cabrera comes in. He'll knock it out, and LaVille gets the ball. That was a good effort, a good hustle there by those guys.
It was. Really showing they want it more than LaVille.
And that's one thing. When these guys come in, they're going to play you physical, and they're going to make you earn every single point for every second of the ball game. Smith now back to Henry. Henry finds Belknap. He's going to go on the dribble drive. Kicks it out. Cruz, he's in the corner. He'll try a three, and he can't get down quite to drop. Wagner tries to get the rebound, and it's going to come away with Cruz, who gives it to Henry.
I've been watching Large down low so far this game. He's doing a really good job. Anytime there's a player down low, he's trying to stay right in front of them, popping out to help at any person that's getting close to the paint. It's a really good job defensively. Glad to see him playing more minutes this game. He'd been out ever since Glenn game, not getting as many minutes.
Oh. Belknap tries three, front iron, no good, and the jumping junior Lucas Cabrera's got on the fast break. Back to Cole McKinney, and Cruz comes in and knocks it away. Belknap with the basketball now. He goes driving, and he leaves it back, no look pass for Henry, blocked by Connor Large, and the foul. But that's another thing. The guys down low in the post have done a good job going straight up and not leaning in. And they're making those guys adjust for shots, and they don't know what to do when they have to adjust.
Yeah.
As Henry looks to score their first points of the half, only scoring 3 in the second quarter. They have not scored yet. And it takes until the minute 48 mark of the third quarter for them to finally put points up on the board in the second half. As Chandler Westafer checks in for Cole McKinney, and Nate Amsden checks in for Connor Large.
Shoot, who's shooting? I'm doing two things at once.
Henry. He made the first one. And he can't get the second one to drop, and Westafer comes away with it. Henry's out there on him. Chandler with the fancy dribble moves to try to get himself some space. Westafer gives it on over to Bruce Johnson, quickly to Lucas Cabrera. Cabrera now tried to spin out of trouble. He'll go on the attack, and they're going, whoa. That's all right. That's a call there. Cabrera may have carried on the way through. Menting checks in for Wagner. Kenny's multitasking here.
Trying to get up the get a copy of the for later this week for the JV boys.
Belknap fires across. Well, he throws it to a LaVille player, but he throws it to the bench.
John Stockton played, but it didn't really work.
Stockton's was usually a little more on the mark.
Yeah. Had a bigger target hit with Malone, though.
Oh, yeah. Malone knew how to run the floor, let me tell you. I like the Bulls, but, boy, I love watching Stockton and Malone play. Westafer goes down to Nate Amsden. Now to Shively on the baseline. Shively, no-look pass to Nate Amsden, loses the low pass. Back to Westafer, stays with it for three. Can't get that one to drop. Henry with the rebound, but here comes the double team, and he's got to throw a sidearm pass to Belknap as he's on the attack. He's directing traffic. Goes to Cruz atop the key. He'll force a straightaway three. Can't get that one to drop. Cabrera trying to get the rebound, and Belknap's going to foul him with the push from behind. Triton with 45.2 seconds remaining in this quarter have only allowed 1 point in this quarter alone,
That's good.
while scoring 8 of their own. Westafer's got to walk a tightrope, as he'll give it to Cabrera with 34 seconds remaining. Johnson with it now. Works left, hands off to Cabrera. They're using the clock, trying to find that open look. Back to Nate Amsden. Pulls it back, goes to Westafer. 18 seconds now. Shively trying to get position on Belknap. Westafer trying to get some separation. He works left, pulls it back, goes to Cabrera. Cabrera now goes in the drive. Feeds Nate Amsden. He'll be fouled on the way through. And the foul will be on the floor. And I believe that's going to be on Minting.
Yes, it is.
And how many does that give him on the night?
That's his second.
Team's fourth. Cabrera tries to go up with the buzzer and can't get that one to drop. Looked like he got hooked there.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So 42-16. I'll tell you what. These young men are in the driver's seat to face the winner of John Glenn. I believe, just John Glenn.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this to work. That's what I was doing in between here. So they're LaVille and Triton. So the winner tonight plays on Wednesday back here in this gym at 8 o'clock. And then we don't have any of the other scores. But then of who's biggest thing there you'll notice is Oregon Davis did not have a junior varsity team. So Glenn automatically gets the bye. So pretty much Triton will probably play John Glenn here on Wednesday night if it's this continues for the Trojans.
And I got a feeling that could be a good one because it was a good one in the first place, and and these guys are going to be ready for that rematch.
See, that went to overtime.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
that was the
overtime.
longest game we had.
Yep.
Team was really mad after that game. I'm guessing they're really looking forward for a second chance to beat them.
They want that one bad, and I can't say I don't blame them. So tomorrow night, the girls and the boys varsity teams will be here at LaVille, our home away from home for the week.
So we'll be back here tomorrow night at 6:30. And then for the girls varsity, and then afterwards, approximately 8 o'clock, will be for the boys varsity. And the nice thing is both the varsity teams do get to play later in the week. Depends on win or lose, whether they're back in this gym or whether they get into the auxiliary gym behind us.
Got to give Jerry and Linda Johnson a shout out, watching from Sebring, Florida. They're watching Bruce. Of course, now he's not out there, I don't think.
Nope. He's not. Not in this one. Dominic Smith, Chandler Westafer, Nate Amsden, Tyler Gladieux, and Cole McKinney out there for Triton. As Wolfing misses that three, rebounded Dominic Smith. Cruz, Belknap, Evan Wolfing, Henry, and Minting out there for the Lancers. Knocked away by Belknap, and it'll go out of bounds, intended for Gladieux. Checking in now will be Beam as he'll send Belknap to the bench. Smith wisely gives it to Chandler Westafer, and he waits for McKinney to get past the half-court line. He's calling out the direction of the offense. Trying to direct things. Everybody's kind of bunched up on that far side just a little bit. Gladieux gets a tight pass. McKinney was expecting contact, but he fights for the jump ball, and I can't see down there. Might stay here with Triton.
Chandler did a really good job trying to get the ball back there. Ended up getting it back for us in the form of jump ball.
They got possession on the scoreboard.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, it says possession. I'm looking for an arrow.
I was too.
Oops. McKinney gets doubled in the corner in a hurry. He'll goes to Nate Amsden. He's alone and puts the bank shot in the bottom of the net. And they take a 44-16 lead.
Did a great job at splitting the defense and get that pass right down there into him.
And Wolfing walks a tightrope on the baseline, and they get their first field goal of the second half. McKinney now with the basketball. Wolfing out there on him, goes to Smith. Smith goes down low to McKinney. McKinney gives it to Westafer. Now he goes up in, and Chandler Westafer readjusts, and he puts that one in.
This JV team really reminds me of like the Showtime Lakers or 15-16 Warriors.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there. Tyler Gladieux sends it back with the swat. McKinney up to Westafer, who's got an empty way past the half-court line. He wisely puts on the brakes, waits for the defense to come to him. Goes to McKinney with the hot pass. He's got it, and he's fighting through contact. Can't get that one to drop as Minting had him all wrapped up like he's going to tackle him. Cruz now with the basketball. He'll go through, and Cole McKinney goes, Down here, this is not how this works. They're going to say a foul. I believe it's going to be on Cruz. Or excuse me, be a Minting. That's going to be their 5th team foul.
That's Minting's 3rd.
And Farrell, the big man, he's checking in. Westafer now past the half-court line. Works left, gives it to Gladieux. Back onto McKinney. Amari Snyder will be checking in next dead ball. As Smith with the basketball. Back on over to McKinney. Drops it down to Farrell. Farrell cross-court, dangerous pass, and just barely gets it in there to McKinney. He'll go up to Gladieux, but Beam comes in, tries to take it away. Gladieux keeping the dribble alive. Hands off to McKinney. Cross-court to Smith. Smith wanted to pull up, but Beam closed on in a hurry. Farrell tries to feed the backdoor cut, not there. On over to Westafer up top the key. Back to Farrell now. Farrell feeds McKinney down low. McKinney has to get rid of it, goes to Gladieux. Gladieux will try a 3. Can't get down to drop. Farrell fights the rebound, but Wolfing comes away with it. Wolfing now past the half-court line for the Lancers. Back onto Henry. Henry on to Minting. Into the corner now to Beam. Beam hit some pull-up jumpers earlier in the ball game as Wolfing fights through traffic and some contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And the foul's going to be on Gladieux.
Triton foul number 10, Tyler Gladieux.
Be his first. Team's 2nd.
Shooting 2.
Thanks for the Teresa Watkins and the prayers for Danny. She appreciates that. We appreciate that as parents as well.
Correction, 23, Evan Wilfing.
So I thought I went to do that. I was like, I couldn't quite see his jersey.
Checking in now for the Lancers will be number 22, Kwiatkowski, as well as Amari Snyder for the Trojans. Amari's going to be a pretty good ball player, too. He's a pretty good ball handler, but has some pretty good instincts out there on the floor as well. Westafer, that talented freshman, past the half-court line. He's going to go. Feeds Farrell. Farrell adjusts and can't get that one to drop. Farrell fights for the rebound, and it'll go off a Cruz. Nice job by Farrell, though. Even though he didn't quite, he was a good adjustment, though. He did a good job adjusting to the basketball, adjusting to the shot, but yet he stayed with the rebound. Great instincts by Jeremiah Farrell as Conley will check in now.
He did a good job making it go off the LaVille defender, too. Oh.
Pass intercepted. Wolfing goes up and in. Snyder with it, goes back to Farrell, and Farrell does a good job keeping from going out of bounds, fires it to Conley. It's up. Gladieux's all alone in his own area code and puts it in.
He's getting down too fast for LaVille to catch up.
Smartly, he did a good job pacing himself and seeing where it was going with the basketball before he went all the way down as Cruz fires a 3. Air ball there, and Conley comes away with it, but then it's going to come from Wolfing. And he's going to step out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Triton. Farrell to inbound. Finds Gladieux. Gladieux back to Farrell. Farrell tries to go to Snyder, but that pass will get caught and knocked away by Kwiatkowski. And Barb Shively, appreciate the prayers. Usually it's a tough day for her. She doesn't like the fasting.
Is this just a routine checkup?
This is a routine. This is the long MRI, so she'll be under for quite a while. It is routine. We're just kind of see the progress of what the tumor's doing. So she's been doing pretty good. She's done really well. School has really improved for her, so she's really doing a good job.
That's good.
She's tough, though, let me tell you. Cole Irvine checking in.
What grade is she in?
She's a kindergartner. Wolfing kicks it back. Cruz for 3. And he gets the bank shot to drop there.
That's LaVille's first three-point tonight.
Kwiatkowski intercepts the Irvine pass in. As finds Smith. Smith goes back to Irvine. Finds Gladieux on the far side. 2:07 remaining. And Beam will intercept a little. Yeah, it was a close one from this angle.
I thought he was out.
Wilfing, he'll go through, and they're again with another bit of the.
Strike foul number 32, Cole Irvine.
So we call him Cole Irvine.
Did some of the varsity boys stay home tonight?
I only saw Quentin here.
Quentin was the only varsity. I think guys are just getting kind of rested up. I think they want this one bad tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They're preparing. They're going to be ready to roll tomorrow night.
LaVille has a pretty good varsity team, coach is saying.
They can usually roster a pretty good one here as of late. Gladieux gets the pass just past Beam, goes up to Conley. Conley does a good job being patient. Here comes the defense with the trap. Conley works himself out, spins away from the defender really well there. Gladieux as cruises all over him. And Coach Taylor Long gets a timeout to kind of reorganize things with a minute 44 left as Triton leads by 20. My math was right that time.
On the inbounds after LaVille shots, I want to see next time, because they're all pressing down, I want to see someone jet down to the basket, try to get an over-the-top pass to him.
I mean, that right there is a good observation, Gavin, because like you said, they're all down here ready to intercept any pass. Now, you can take a guy like Amari who can maybe jet down. I don't know if Amari – is Amari in? I think he was.
He was. I don't know if he still is, though.
But you can have a guy like Gladieux or even Dominic kind of sneak – or even Dominic inbound. Just let someone sneak down there and do that quarterback pass. Dominic's a quarterback, so and Conley can play a little quarterback, so those two guys can really rocket a throw down there. Conley gets the inbound.
I know we do have a play in our playbook for that. Hope Taylor uses it.
Conley now. Back to Gladieux. To Snyder. Quickly to Smith. Smith down the dribble drive. Gives it back to Gladieux. He'll try a long distance three. Not there. Rebound's going to go to Henry. Hands off to Wilfing. Wilfing on the attack. He'll go up with the fadeaway and can't get down. A drop rebound to Gladieux. And Wilfing gets away with the reach.
Couple reaches there.
Couple of reach in. My goodness. Must need to knock him to the floor to get a foul call.
Letting them play, get the game over with.
Yep, I agree. Gladieux on the attack. To Irvine. On to Snyder. Quickly to Conley. Conley loses it for a moment, but regains control.
Oh.
I don't know. And nobody wanted that one. Miscommunication. Wanted Irvine as Henry gets a free lane to the basket inside a minute remaining. Irvine inbound. I see right there. Dominic could have took off and no one would have saw him. Snyder was looking that direction.
Oh.
And it pulled that pivot foot as Ybarra will check in.
If LaVille had put this tight of a press on here earlier in the game, this could have been a whole different game. But it seemed like they kind of waited too long until they really cracked it down.
I agree. But I think with the talent that we had there starting out the game, I don't think they could quite match it.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody lost some hardware.
I think our starters would have been able to get through the press better than freshman C team's doing.
But hey, there's a talented group of freshmen now. I mean, I'm telling you what, these guys are talented. I mean, they're facing some stepped-up competition. I mean, these guys are going to grow, and I'm telling you what, there's a lot of potential, and the talent pool is deep here for this Trojan team going forward. Conley works up to Smith. Kwiatkowski makes him pay with that interception. Goes on back to Henry. 20 seconds now. Knocked away by Conley. Goes, nope. He says, you knocked mine away, I'm going to knock yours away.
They are playing really well I think they've only had about 3 or 4 C-team games. They don't get really much time on JV and doing really well against hard press, getting it down, trying to get opportunities open.
And playing against the talent they have to as Ybarra fights there. They're going to get a foul. That foul's going to be on Irvine.
It's going to be his second.
Foul number 32, Cole Irvine. Kevin Wilfing to the line for Lancers.
Well, like I said, Gavin, I mean, these freshmen, I mean, they've got a lot of room to grow. They've got a lot of great guys to learn from, too. And I think playing those guys in practice, this team is really going to develop over the next couple of years. We got some more 8th graders and 7th graders that are going to be coming up there who have some talent as well. So, I mean, and some elementary school players that have shown a lot of promise. So,
yeah.
The tradition still running deep in Trojan territory.
See, I believe our 6th graders were undefeated for the season.
Yeah, 6th graders undefeated for the season. So that's the second warning that LaVille has had tonight. One for the girls, one for the boys for invading the baseline during the inbound. Gladieux gets the inbound. Beam on him. Gladieux on the attack. Nice job by him to split the defenders. 3 seconds now to Smith as he holds it there. And that's the ball game. Triton moves on. 48-34 with a big win there. They'll face Glenn on Wednesday night. Kenny will have the stats, and then we'll be right back after he's done with his stats.
Okay, there with the Trojans. Leading away was Johnson, 16, McKinney with 12, Shively with 8, Amsden 4, and Westafer, Gladieux, Large, and Cabrera all have 2 points. For LaVille, Wolfing 11, Beam 9, Cruz 5, Henry 3, Kowalski 2, Belknap 2, and Wolfing 2. And then as far as team stats, really never got to the free throw line for the Trojans, just 1 of 2 tonight. LaVille was 7 of 13. But then surprising there, of course, most of those turnovers were there for the Trojan. 14 was a lot of them there, probably 5 or 6 of them here was just right here in the last minutes of this 4th quarter.
And like I said, they allowed those 18 points there kind of when the freshmen kind of got some minutes to play against a little bit stiffer competition. Otherwise, this score would have been a lot different on the scoreboard.
Yep, let's get those guys some playing time, but also get some of the other guys off some rest here for Wednesday night.
Keep it fresh for Wednesday, exactly.
And that will be a later game. That's going to be a 8 o'clock game. That's one thing with these 6:30 starts. Helps us getting here, getting set up, but get some later night getting home.
Just a little bit later. That's all right, though. So, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. So with that being said, Triton shooting 60% from the floor tonight, 38.5% from beyond the arc. But you had the 16 turnovers, but they forced 10. 4 block shots. I think that is a huge statistic there. And then as far as the rebounds go, they won the rebound battle, especially in the defensive glass. 23 rebounds, but LaVille out-rebounded them on the offensive side. I'm telling you right now, these guys are going to be tough. And John Glenn better batten down the hatch because these guys are coming back for a rematch. I think we're going to have a good game. Carl Amsden says, "Go Nate." Mom and Dad are proud, and I'll tell you what, I'd be real proud of that young man too. And that young man has really developed, and love his attitude, love the leadership he brings with this group. And like I said, with that, we're going to end it here tonight from Dale Cox Gymnasium. I'm Andy O'Hara for Kenny Barnhart, Gavin Greer, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. And until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.